Hi, I'm Benny the Jet, and I'm here to talk about the jab. Now, in the jab, there's three different ways of jabbing. You have a slapping jab, you have a shattering jab, and you have a breaking jab. So I want to talk about the first jab. The jab, first of all, comes in from a position of where shoulder and elbow are straight leveled. And when you're shooting the jab, usually from 100% impact, which is a lock arm, you want to throw a jab at 90% to 85% of range. So the range is with the bent, so it goes in. Notice at the end what we call carving. So when it hits the bag, you carve with the wrist, and that's what cuts the face. At the end of it, you hit and carve. Now the key is to find the timing at the same time. As you hit, you carve. Hit, you carve. So the first jab is usually what they call a slapping jab. A slapping jab means keeping the distance from your opponent. So you're kind of just flicking. Just kind of flicking it. It's kind of more of a flick. Right? That's a slapping jab. That kind of keeps the distance from your opponent. The second type of jab is the same type of movement, but only this time you would throw your weight forward. So if your weight is 50-50 throwing the jab, you would throw your weight towards 60 weight in the front and 40 weight in the back. So as you lean and you throw, a shattering jab is where your shoulder does the hammering at the end. And just like this. So when it hits, kind of a snap motion, you're hitting, it's almost like a whip. And at the end does the damage at the end of the whip. So the same thing when you hit. So what happens, you hit the impact, the body vibrates. So that means the bag does not move. Okay? The idea is to use a shattering bag, hitting it so the body just vibrates. That way I can finish him off with a right cross or a left hook because it doesn't move. The third jab is a breaking, okay, a breaking impact. Is what usually they call a stiff jab. Is a breaking jab, okay, a breaking impact. So this time, as I throw the same direction motion, but only this time I'm using body power behind my jab. Stiff jab is I'm hitting my opponent and throwing and pushing them back. So I'm hitting and driving my body into him, because what I'm trying to do is hit him with a stiff jab, or what they call a breaking jab. Whereas I hit pushing them backwards so I can use my legs to follow. And that's the key. So those are the three jabs: slap, shattering, and breaking. Those are the three jabs usually that does the damage because it's closer to your opponent.